Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rita Valente. This is Women Manifesting Dreams, episode number 4. And Miriam, how are you doing? Um, I just follow you on Instagram, and the first thing that pops up was you say there, I'm living the dream or something like that.
Yeah.
So I want to tell for you to tell us who you are, what you do, but as well, where are you based? Because we have that in common. I have been living around the world. I'm in Mexico, ready to go back to Europe to spend some time in Madrid. But tell me about Italy and your dreams. So let's start by there.
Absolutely. In February, I was in bed in Toronto. It was minus 40 degrees. I was feeling cold and miserable. And I thought, what am I doing? Like, why am I not following my dreams? And for 15 years now, I've been dreaming about living in Italy. And I thought, it's now or never. What are you waiting for? Like, get your ducks in a row and go. And so I did. And I have been in Florence, Italy since June 29th. Yesterday was my third month anniversary. So I joke about that. And it's been everything I thought it would be, everything I ever imagined, everything I ever dreamed of. I live in an incredible apartment overlooking, the terracotta rooftops and the yellow buildings. And today I went for a hike with the dog and I'm walking through like these medieval little, walkways with a church that was built in the 1300s. And I thought to myself, this is your life. Like, this is it. This is your life. You dreamt it and you made it happen. So here we are. And I always say dreams do come true if you're willing to work for them.
Oh, yeah. So that is the reason why this podcast is Women Manifesting Dreams. It's like I am a big manifester. When I want something, I make it happen. But sometimes I don't, it's like an internal thing. I found a quote that represents what I believe we women do to manifest
Mm-hmm.
is taking ownership of the result before having any clue how to get the result. So knowing no, it's done already, you have no clue. So I'm going to ask you, for example, did you move with your dog or did you find your dog there?
So I moved with my dog, and it's funny because this is a cute story. I always thought I would have a big dog. I love Rottweilers and Mastiffs. It's always been. But then I met Arthur, and Arthur is a Morkie, part Yorkie, part Maltese. He's about this big. He weighs 2.1 kilos or 4.8 pounds. And when I saw him, the first thing I said when I saw him, and he belonged to my cousin, I was like, this is my future dog. And it worked out perfectly because I would never put a dog underneath on the plane. That's just something that I'm so against, personal preference. And he was able to fit in a kennel on the seat on the plane,
I
with
was
me. He flew like a rock star. He was so good. He was so quiet the whole time. Bringing him here was so easy. Dealing with the vets there and the vets here, it's been such a easy progression, and it's such an easy transportation. I feel like everything about this move just fell into place so beautifully.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because we are in the process to move to Europe at least for some months, and we have a cat, a lady cat, so
Mm-hmm.
she can as well come on the top of the plane, because until 8 kilos on that company you can travel with them. But we
Yes.
are stressed, we have fear, we don't know how it's going to be. So when you in the beginning you told you had a dog, I did want to bring that, because as a pet owner you are like, oh my god, what I'm going to do, poor her. How many hours was your trip?
So we flew for 7 hours from Toronto to Paris, and then 2 hours from Paris to Florence. We didn't want to fly through Rome because, being on the train with 5 giant suitcases and a dog would have just been a bit of a nightmare. So we just went straight to
Directly.
Florence. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now tell us what you do and what is your magic?
Okay. I am a certified mindset coach. I work with both men and women, although predominantly women, to basically do what I've done is to create a mindset shift that will allow you to move forward with your dreams. So I work with women who have, you know, blocks and false limiting beliefs about what they're capable of doing, because we are capable of so much more than we think we are, but just so many of us are stuck in fear in that place of, well, how? That's the question I get from most of my clients. Yes, but how? You can do this. Yes, but how? I'm like, let go of the how. So that's what I work with women to do. Build confidence. A lot of women don't even have a really clear idea of who they truly are
Oh, that
in
is
their
so.
core. Like, my first question to all of my clients, so give me your top 5 values. And they actually have to think about it, because, everybody throws out the, oh, loyalty and honesty. I said, no. I said, dig deep. What are your values? And it's shocking to me how many women don't know what they truly believe in, what they stand for. And then how does that align with your goals, with your dreams? Like, what are you doing to bring your dreams to life? And that's the bulk of my work, is getting women unstuck and pulling them out of their comfort zone. I have a slogan, which I always joke about. My job is to get you out of your head and into your life, because we're so stuck inside our heads. I can't do this. I'm not worthy of this. I'm not good enough. What will people say? I'm going to be judged, imposter syndrome. So I'm here to create such a mindset shift in my clients' lives that they can feel empowered to literally do anything.
So you know what I found as well interesting, because my women have that issues as well, is they don't know their values. That is something that I never really did put on, but you are 100% right. But then they don't know exactly what goals they have. If you ask
100%.
them, if you ask them how much money you want to make, they will not know, or they will throw a number they will hear somewhere. And the magical numbers start by 5, 10, 20 until 100K per month. This is the mindset, because everyone is shouting 7 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, and everyone was, oh yeah, I want that. But what that means, how many offers do you need to sell for that? You need to know a number, and the number is just a part of the goal, because the goal can be how many people you want to help, how many hours you want to work. But if you ask, this is insane. If you ask to a person, how much you want to make per month, they don't know. And my question is, if you don't know how you arrive to the point that you want to be, this is like a GPS with just half address.
Absolutely. Because when I ask my clients, what's your vision for your life? They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? What do I mean? What does your life look like in your head? Like, describe it to me in detail, and don't tell me, oh, I just want to be happy. What does that mean? What does happiness mean? Does that mean you're making a ton of money? Does that mean you're in a relationship? Does that mean you have kids? Does that mean you have, a business that's making a certain amount of money a year? What does your vision for your life looks like? And it shocks me how many people genuinely don't know. When I want to, meet a man, I want to be in a relationship. Great. How does he show up for you? Oh, what do you mean? How does he show up for you? Yeah, it's great. Everybody wants to be in a relationship and be happy and be in love. How does he show up for you when you're sick? How does he show up for you when you guys are in financial trouble? Like, oh, I've never thought of that. I'm like, those are the things we need to get clear on. We as women, it's shocking to me, don't have a clear detail of what we want for our lives. We throw a blanket of, oh, I just want to be happy. Well, of course, but
What
happiness
the
isn't
hell
a
is that?
destination. Yeah. What will it take to make you happy? How much money do you need to be happy? What kind of a business do you need to be happy? What kind of a relationship? How many kids do you want? What kind of friendships? Like, and then it's like, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. It's like, no, let's narrow it all back down. Let's put it back into a funnel of understanding. And I always say, let's start with clarity. Who are you? Who are
Mhm.
you? What do you believe in? What's important to you? What do you want to achieve? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Like when you people saying, "Oh, I'm trying to manifest." Well, what are you manifesting? Oh, I'm manifesting, being happy or being this. Okay, give me more details. And I always tell people, get so clear and so detailed about what you want that when you close your eyes, you can actually visualize yourself having exactly that.
And that is the
So
first step to be there, embodying, right? I'm in a relation for 1 year, and I was in a relation. I was married for 7 years, almost 8, and
mhm,
one of the things that I really did want to have in my relations was to have someone. I remember to repeat this so many times, to have someone with who I could talk about spirituality. And that was so important for me because to have a relation, and that relation, and you guys cannot have a conversation, cannot talk, cannot spend hours looking to the moon. This is the best. Looking to the moon and wonder about extraterrestrials and fifth dimension and I don't know, other worlds.
mhm.
That was something for me, and I have that. I don't have other things, but I have that specific because that was so important for me when I was manifesting my
Right.
next relation. So it is our obligation to be detailed.
Absolutely. And it's our obligation to also understand that not everything will show up the way you think it's going to show up and to be okay with that. And to not look at failure like, I used to look at failure like, oh my God, I'm such a loser. And it's like, no, no, okay, well, what can I learn from this? I actually just talked to someone who told me that in their job application, one of the questions that was asked is, you know, list something you failed at and what you learned from it. I'm like, oh my God, what a fantastic question. Like, can you take a failure and instead of looking at yourself as a failure, can you look at it? Oh, this happened not the way I wanted it. What am I pulling out of it? So if I try it again, I'm going to do it different next time. And again, the reason I chose my niche as mindset, because I think it all begins inside our heads. What we believe, what we think, all relates to how we're going to act and show up in our lives. If we believe we can, we're going to show up like we can. But if we believe, we can't, we won't. What's that saying? I don't remember even who said it, but
I believe
you
if you can or you cannot, you are always right from Henry Ford.
exactly.
I
Yes.
love
Like
that quote.
whatever you believe is true. You believe that you can't, great. You're right. If you believe that you can, even better. You're right. So may as well create a mindset shift in your life that will allow you to believe in yourself and not allow yourself to completely fall apart when things don't work out. Just instead, it's like, okay, this didn't work out. How can I pivot? How can I change directions? What can I do better, different? So yeah, it's an amazing thing to see breakthroughs with clients and transformations, and to get a text 6 months later going, oh my God, I finally started the business. Remember, I was telling you like that's the best feeling in the world. So, and that's what I hope to do for as many women and men as humanly possible.
Oh my God, so beautiful. What kind of offers do you have in place?
So right now, my main focus is on one-on-ones, and I have a whole bunch of
I
different
love
packages for
one-on-ones. I love it.
one-on-ones are my favorite because you develop a real deep, meaningful relationship with a client.
Mhm.
I like to become friends with my clients. So I always say, yeah, we may meet once a week on Zoom, but I'm available to you Monday to Friday on WhatsApp. Call me like, hey, this came up. I'm not sure what to do about this. I will answer your questions. I will be available to you. And I've become friends. Like I had a client and her husband just come to Florence last weekend. We had dinner together. It was just the best night. So one-on-ones, I have, 3 months, I have 6 months, I have a package of 4, I have Voxer days. So we're just talking if somebody can't afford or wants to do something, you know, quick and dirty. I'm working on a couple of self-led programs, one called Manifest. I have a group coaching program that I'm probably going to launch either in November or in January, the new year. I'm going to be announcing the dates, and that it's called Aligned, and that's how to get aligned with who you are, what you want, and your purpose. Because I believe we all have a purpose on earth, and all of our purpose is to serve and be of service to mankind. How that pans out and what service means to each person is an individual process. And I am working on a retreat for 2023 to Italy. So I'm really excited to be putting that together. And that's going to be incorporating part travel, because if you're already going to come to Italy, let's show you
I know
Italy.
Firenze is beautiful.
Oh my God. Yeah. I figured Florence, Rome, maybe Cinque Terre, and then a few days of personal development, maybe cooking pasta and drinking amazing wine and eating amazing food. So I'm really excited to put that together. So that'll be coming
Oh,
soon.
that is beautiful. So you answered my question. My next question was, what is next for you? I think it's there already. How can people find you online?
You can find me through my website, miriamwexler.me. And it's funny story about the me. I was like, I can't believe .com is not available. And somebody said to me, if .me is good enough for Jay Shetty, it's good enough for you. So that's why I'm like, all right, let's do it. So miriamwexler.me. You can find me on Instagram, Miriam Wexler, or you can send me an email, Miriam, Miriam, at Miriam Wexler. My last name is Wexler, miriamwexler.com. That's my email.
Beautiful. Tell me another thing that you manifest in your life already.
You know, it's funny. My first thought when I moved to Italy was, I'm not going to travel around yet because I want to build a community. I said, that's my goal. So I imagined myself before I came hanging out with friends, going for drinks. And I have met some of the most amazing women since I've been here. And I've only been here for 3 months. You know, my birthday dinner, I looked around, I was with 3 friends, 2 of them were away, so they weren't available to be there. And then last night I was at a big event with friends and I looked around the table, I'm like, oh my God, I manifested the
I did it.
community.
Oh,
I did it.
important.
I manifested my community. I have friendships, I have relationships. I built and manifested the most beautiful life here in Florence, and it's only been 3 months, so I cannot wait to see
I'm
what's
so
still to
excited for
come.
you. I love it.
Thanks.
I love it's so powerful. I remember when I came to Mexico and I came for a few days and I stayed 1 year. And my fear was, and I don't know if you can understand my fear. My fear. So I was living in Cannes in France. I was making good money. I was spending much more. So I was looking, not spending much more, but was expensive. So I was looking for opportunities for my family now. Then now we end by divorcing, but the family to move to a country was less expensive. But when I arrived here, I was scared. Then I was, because of it was more chilled, I was not going to work as much and make as much money as. Did you had inside of your head, if I move from Canada to Italy, maybe I will not make the same amount of money? Did you had that?
100%.
Okay.
Maybe I won't make as much money. Maybe I won't meet any people. What happens if I don't have any friends? I'm going to be so lonely. What if I'm so lonely and like, oh my God, it's going to be so embarrassing to go home. We all go through it. We all have those fears. It's being human, right? But it's not allowing yourself to like, okay, I'm going to hug these fears and hold. No, it's like, you know what? I'm scared out of my mind, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because what's the alternative? Making the same money and being miserable, or taking a chance and just working hard and putting yourself out there and showing people what can be done. And, you know, I always say, if you embody what you want, you will get it.
Oh, 100%. So we are almost on the end, but give me a dream that you did not achieve yet, but you are working hard for that. Or not working hard, just working smart.
So I'm not working hard on it, but it's a dream that I have, and I always wanted to be in a relationship with the European men. That's
Oh,
why, and I thought to myself, you know what? Put yourself out there, be open to anything. The beautiful thing about manifesting is working on it, obviously taking inspired action all the time, but not holding on to the results. So it's not something that I think about every day. I meditate on it, I journal about it, but I don't, I'm not desperate for it. I'm not like, oh, constantly keeping my eyes open. I'm like, when it happens, it happens. If somebody says, oh, I want to introduce you to someone, amazing, let's do it. So it's always about being open-minded. I have put myself on a couple of dating sites, and we'll see what happens. So
fingers
fingers crossed.
crossed. Exactly.
That's the next big dream,
I have a good present for you on the end that can help you on that.
Amazing.
Tell me a message to your younger self. Give me a message to your younger self.
Have faith. Have faith that things will work out. Stop worrying so much about the what ifs. Let go of the what ifs, because they will torture you. If I could go back and just like, give her a big hug and say, everything will work out if you believe that it will, and you believe in yourself, it's going to be smooth sailing. So that would be a message I would give anyone. Have unwavering faith in yourself.
And a quote. We said some quotes, but do you have another quote and you can share?
One of my favorite quotes is by one of my favorite authors and researchers, Brene Brown.
Oh,
And she always says, people who haven't fought in the arena need to
I
leave the
know.
people in the arena to do what they need to do. Meaning, don't let what people say, don't let people's opinions or thoughts impact your life. Just keep doing what you're doing, and everybody else needs to mind their own business. So I
And that
love
fits
that.
very well with Italian gladiators, right?
Exactly. How apropos.
100%. I am going to visit Rome for sure when I don't know if I'm going to Firenze, but let's keep in contact because I would love to meet you.
Absolutely. We can always meet up in Rome, right?
Exactly. Thank you so much. It was
Thank you.
beautiful. I'm going to say bye properly to people who listen to us, and then I'll come back to you. Thank you so much, my ladies, my women, my some men who are here. Keep living your dream and make it happen. This is episode number 4 of Women Manifesting Dreams, and we are good on this. So keep an eye on the next ones and share, comment, and show your love. My name is Rita Valente. I will be here on the next one. Bye-bye.